In this video, we're sharing about our custom limited design collaboration with Mavi Cini in Iznik, Turkey. Hi and welcome. My name is Patrick Rolf and this is Coffee with April. For this episode, we're gonna just show off and brag a little bit about a very special collaboration that we've done and that was initiated late last summer. And we've been really excited to be able to do a few different products and our kind of new version of the original April Brewer as well. The collaboration that I'm talking about is together with Mavi Cini Iznik, which is basically a tile company located in Iznik in Turkey. Long story short, I stumbled upon these guys when I visited Istanbul last year, and I saw some of the works they did and I got really excited and interested in the processes of it, because if you look at Turkish culture, you have a lot of really interesting old kind of craftsmanship processes happening that is slowly kind of dying out because of modernization and so on, right? And this company, Mavi Cini, and their work is actually a very good example of this, because they're doing something that in the world of ceramic is kind of considered impossible, more or less. They're producing ceramics with a very, very high percentage of the quartz mineral in it. A type of material and ceramic that you actually stopped working with simply for the fact that it was too difficult to produce, it was too inconsistent, both when it comes to making molds, but also in the actual production. So when I found this company and I saw the aesthetic of what they do, learned more about the process of what they do, I kind of immediately started the idea of how can we do something together specifically for April. So first of all, I'm going to show you the kind of go-to recipe that we are using with the April Brewer that we did in the collaboration with them. And while that is brewing and I'm walking through the different details, I'm also going to talk a little bit more about the different cups and mugs and the general kind of process behind this product, because it's quite extraordinary. But first off, that recipe, right? So we're starting here with the April Brewer, of course, using the large April paper filter because of how the mold is created. When we do all of the products together with Mavi Cini, we do new molds pretty much in Turkey, right? So it's a little bit of a different design from that initial kind of April Brewer, right, in ceramic. So first of all, large paper filter, we rinse that as per always. Grind size and the idea behind grind size stays very, very similar. Really what happens is that the bottom is a little bit wider, so you have a slightly different distribution of coffee grounds and the depth of the coffee bed is a bit different. So I'm actually quite happy doing slightly larger brews with this brewer. So today we're going to be dosing 24 grams of coffee that I've grounded just around 700 microns slightly. Shaking out the filter. The coffee that I'm using is one of our extended washed fermentation geisha lots from the El Morito farm in Guatemala, Jalapa. One of our favorite coffees at the moment. First pour is going to be 100 grams. We're going to run an 80-gram circle pour just to make sure that all of that coffee bed gets uniformly saturated. Into 20-gram center pour, and then at 100 grams we stop. As per usual, we're running the pours for 10 seconds. And here we're going to basically allow the water or the coffee to sit for 30 seconds in between each pour. So it's relatively easy recipe to remember. The brewing temperature sits at 92 degrees Celsius. And the water mineral content here right now sits at about 40. So for the first two pours, we're basically doing the same 80 to 20 split, and now later into the brew, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to a 40-60. So 40 gram in the circle and 60 gram in the center. The reasons for that is that I'm compensating for the flow rate of the coffee, and at this point of the brew, I know that all of the coffee is evenly saturated. So now the focus is just to control a little bit the flavors that I'm extracting and making sure we get that target brew time. This coffee, due to the style of processing, is a little bit of a longer brew time in general, so we've gone a little bit coarser. And I'm pouring in a style that's going to allow the water to go through just a little bit faster. So here at 130, we're gonna go with our final pour, again 40 circle over to a 60 center. And then we're gonna wrap up at 400 grams in total. Now, what's so interesting with all of these different products is that one, we've done them in very, very limited amounts, right? So all of the products here we've done in 50 units, very simple. The brewer itself is actually numbered underneath, which is really cool, so you can see the exact number that you have. Naturally, the whole process of making these individual products has been very time consuming, quite costly from a mold perspective. And the kind of final touch here, which is so exciting, is that each of them are then hand painted in the April colors, right? So part of the idea behind Mavi Cini is to lift an old culture and an old way of doing things, right, and bring that back in the kind of highlight. Iznik has always been the kind of center for ceramic production for such a long time, but sometime a very long time ago the production was stopped, and then around in the beginning of 2000 they started again with this company to really highlight that traditional culture. So when we did our collaboration, there is a lot of rules that we have to consider and work within, and one of them is actually the patterns for the different mugs, cups, and brewers, right? So all of this is developed and worked together with them, and with a lot of respect for the traditional culture of how things should be done, which is really interesting. Obviously, the colors have been chosen to represent the April colors, which is something that I really enjoy. Now, because of this kind of old style of producing and old style of glazing and so on as well, you're going to see some kind of unique characteristics here. We're going to see a few kind of small cracks in the glaze itself, which is nothing you should worry about. That's just kind of patina and something that develops more character and really makes the pieces more beautiful over time. So it's an intentional thing that comes with the aspect of using these products the way that we're using them. And we're really kind of happy and thankful for the opportunity of doing it. Now, total brew time here is 2 minutes and 50 seconds. From there, we have a completely flat coffee bed, and we're just lifting up the brewer, and we're pretty much ready for it, right? Now, this video here was really just kind of to represent and show a little bit, talk a little bit about the idea behind this collaboration. We really enjoy teaming up with different craftsmen around the world, more or less, and show their process, show their work, and lift that into culture, as we believe that that's something that is very important, not just for the coffee industry, but the world as a whole, where we can't forget about these old traditional high quality ways of doing things that kind of goes out of style simply because they're not fast enough or they're not cost effective enough, right? We here at April, we really resonate with people that work and focus as much on quality as these guys do. So we're really happy for the opportunity of collaborating, and we're looking forward to bring more custom collaboration pieces, both with Mavi Cini but also with other companies from around the world to you here as well, right? That was pretty much it for this video here, and as always, we thank you guys for watching, and we'd love to hear your thoughts on, again, brewers, materials, all of it, right? One of the really interesting things with the April Brewer in this case is actually that it's probably the only brewer in the world that has more than 80% quartz as a material, right? So if you're looking to brew on a brewer which you never brewed before in terms of material, this is the one. Anyhow, moving forward, just want to say thank you again for watching. Make sure you comment, subscribe, all of this. Maybe share what your favorite kind of crafts company in the world is. Is there a small little artisanal crafter of any kind that we can team up with somewhere in the world? We'd love to hear. We're very happy for any recommendations and thoughts on that. So with that, as always, just thank you for watching, and we wish you a good day. We want to give a special thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. It's because of you that we are able to continue to make these videos. And we want you all to feel free to always come with suggestions and ideas on the content that you want to see, because we are doing this for you and because of you. Thank you from all of us here at April.